Tegan and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be giving you guys my Netflix favorites / recommendations. You could also take this as what to watch if you're a 13-year-old girl, but I don't know if you guys have the same type of interest in shows that I do. But anyways, let's get on to the video. So the first one that we're going to start off with is probably my favorite on the list, which is Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls is a drama / comedy, and it is absolutely hilarious, but it has some drama parts in it. So basically the story is it's a mom who had her daughter when she was 16, so they're really close and they do a lot of things together. I don't really know how to describe this show. It's just a really fun show, and they live in a small town and they always do all of these things together. And it's 7 seasons long, and it has a spin-off also on Netflix called this, I don't know, and yeah, it has amazing characters as well. I don't really know what else to say about this show. Just watch it, it's good. So the next show is Gossip Girl, and this is a teen drama, and it follows a bunch of upper class teens who go to a private school in New York, and all these people they all really like gossip and drama, and whenever they have something like that, they'll send it to this website called Gossip Girl, and then all of New York or whatever will see all the bad rumors and stuff about everyone, because most of them aren't really true. But it is a really good show. It's 6 seasons. It might not be for everyone if you don't really like cheesy drama shows sometimes, but I would highly recommend it because it has some pretty great characters as well, but every show does. Next, we're going to talk about Pretty Little Liars. I watched this show pretty much all of last year. Sorry, I don't know what I was saying there. It is a drama / mystery, and it's about 5 girls, but one of them's kind of the queen bee / leader, and she goes missing, and a few months later they find out that she's dead, and they start receiving messages and stuff from this person called A. And then they just it just goes on for a long time, and it's just a really good show, and you can really see the characters change over the course from season 1 to season 6. And I actually have watched all the way through the show, which is really good. The next show is Glee. If you haven't heard about Glee, they had it on Netflix a few years ago, then they took it off, and now they re-put it on Netflix, so everyone's re-watching it again. It's a teen drama, and it's gonna sound really cheesy when I say it's about a Glee choir, or a show choir or singing club, whatever you want to call it. It's really not, it is about singing, but it's more about the characters. And honestly, if you haven't seen all the memes about Glee, it's just a really good show, and everyone's rewatching it right now, so you should rewatch it. Well, watch it or rewatch it or something if you haven't seen it already. And it kind of gets, the only thing is it kind of gets a little bit boring in season 3 and 4, but I think it's still worth it to keep watching. I haven't finished the series yet. I'm on season 4, so I don't know if it gets better after season 4, but I'm pretty sure it does, because I'm still gonna finish it anyways. And sometimes it can be a little controversial, but it's a good show overall. Next, we're gonna get into the more basic shows that you've probably heard of before. Stranger Things. Stranger Things is a really good show. It is definitely worth the hype. I know it's a really popular show, and if you haven't seen it, you're probably living under a rock. But it's a mystery / sci-fi, and it has really good characters in it, probably the best characters besides Gilmore Girls. So, I don't know, it's just season 3 was released this summer, and everyone started rewatching the whole series, and if you haven't seen it, just watch it. What are you waiting for? Next is Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time is a show I started watching when I was around 8 years old, and it has 6 seasons. No, sorry, it has 7 seasons, and it's a fantasy / mystery, and it's just a really great show. I'm saying this for all of them, so sorry about that. But Once Upon a Time, I've been watching my whole life, and I never get sick of going back and rewatching it. It's just kind of a show that everyone can love as well. And it's about kind of fairy tales. So they're basically all the fairy tale characters lived in a world together, and they all got their memories erased. And now they're like living in a real world, and they don't remember their fairy tale past selves. I know that sounds really cheesy, but like they find a way to make it a really good show. And it's like, it has Disney characters and stuff in it, so if you're into that, it has like Snow White and like pretty much everyone you could think of. Yeah. Oh, and also, sorry, I have a little story time. The main character, Henry, he lived across the street from me. All the years that he filmed Once Upon a Time, but I didn't know that he lived there until the day that he left. So if you guys want a bigger story time on that, then I can make that video another time. Next we have The Office. I am not like the biggest fan of The Office. I find it boring sometimes, and I've never watched the whole season, but the whole series, sorry. But I know a lot of people who really, really like this show, and it's really fun to watch in the background, and it's just like a fun comedy if you want to like watch something that's like not depressing, because some of these shows can be depressing at points. But The Office is like a really fun and like uplifting show, and you, like I said, you can watch it in the background. There's a lot of good like jokes and stuff from TikTok in there, and it's just basically about this guy who runs his office, and he's just like, he thinks he's very special, and like, I don't know how to explain it. Next we have the show called The Society. The Society is this really like small show that not a lot of people know about, but it's a Netflix original, and it's about basically these teenagers who go on this field trip, but their bus breaks down, and when they come back home, the town is completely empty, and there's no parents or nothing, and they can't leave because their whole town is like surrounded by infinite forest. So they're trying to figure out what happened, and a lot of people go really crazy over like, it's just, how would you react if like there was a whole town full of teenagers? I actually haven't finished this show, but I watched the first season, and I have not finished the second season, but it's just like a really fun, like it's a unique idea, and I'm pretty sure hopefully it has a good ending, because if it doesn't have a good ending, then that would be really not good. Last but not least, we have, I've been doing this for every single one, but anyways, last but not least is Riverdale. Riverdale is kind of controversial right now because the first two seasons of it are probably, they're really good seasons. Well, more so the first season, but the third season no one really likes. It kind of just has it kind of geared away from what the show is actually about. But season 4 is coming out soon, so hopefully it will be able to redeem itself. And it's based off the Archie comics, if you guys didn't know that. So if you ever read the Archie comics and you haven't seen Riverdale, then you might want to check it out. And it is a mystery / teen drama, and they have musical episodes, which are great. The Heathers one is actually not bad though. So that's all for the TV shows. On to the movies. So the first movie I'm going to be talking about is The Kissing Booth. This is also a Netflix original, and it's a teen love drama cheesy movie. I don't know, it's just a really fun movie. It just kind of reminds you of like movies like Mean Girls and stuff, which they added onto Netflix, but that's not in my list just because I think everyone's seen Mean Girls by now. But anyways, The Kissing Booth is about this girl Elle and her best friend Lee, and Elle falls in love with Lee's brother, which is not good, and they kind of have to like hide it from him because they both really like each other, and there's like a kissing booth in it. That's why the movie's called that. But I don't want to give too much away, so that's all for The Kissing Booth. The next movie is like the same sort of like genre of movie, which is To All the Boys I Loved Before. If you guys didn't know, this was also a book series before, and it's like, yeah, the same thing, like cheesy love teen drama, whatever you want to call it. And if you guys know who Noah Centineo, he's in that, and he's really popular because he's been in a lot of different other shows that people have seen. So it's just, this show was about this girl, wait, what's her name in the show again? I remembered her name. Her name is Laura Jean in the movie, and basically she always writes love letters to people who she has a crush on. And her younger sister, oh sorry, I can't say that. So someone sends them out to all the people because like it just happens randomly, and all the people who she wrote the letters to find out that they had a crush on her, and one of them ends up like, they start like fake dating. I don't know how to, I'm really bad at explaining these things, but The Kissing Booth is a really good movie, so please watch it. We're gonna like go out of the teen drama sort of genre, and then we have some comedy movies. We have, they're all, well, they're Adam Sandler movies. The first one is called Grown Ups, and they have Grown Ups 1 and 2 on Netflix. And Grown Ups is a really, really funny movie. It's kind of about these like 5 guys who were friends like in middle school, and they like meet up again, and all their families are like at this one cabin together, and they all end up having a really good time. But this movie is like hilarious, so watch it. And they have a 1 and 2, so if you guys want to binge watch something, then this would be a good show to do that. And then the other Adam Sandler movie is called Just Go With It, and this is a really good movie as well. I'm really bad at explaining how all these movies are, but it's just a really fun comedy, and it's just about this guy who's like a plastic surgeon, and then he like ends up falling in love with the person he was working with. But like, I don't really want to spoil the movie, but it's also a fun comedy, and it's just a really fun movie to watch. Oh my god, the sun just went away and it like ruined my lighting. But they end up going to like Hawaii, and then there's this person named Evelyn. I don't know, it's a good movie. And next we have Baywatch. If you haven't seen Baywatch, then watch it. Like, watch it right now. Like, turn off this video. Actually, don't turn off this video. Once you're done this video, go watch Baywatch. It's really funny. It's like absolutely hilarious. It has Zac Efron and The Rock in it, and this is like the new Baywatch. If you've seen the old one, this is like the new one that's on Netflix, and I think it's really good. I just think that the first half is better than the second one. Oh, sorry, the first half of the movie is better than the second half, because like in the second half it starts to turn into more of like a weird like mystery show. And if you guys didn't know, the show's about like lifeguards, and Zac Efron, or like I forget what's his name in the movie, but like he thinks he's really full of himself, and he thinks he's just really good at everything. Well, the captain. So my camera just died, but I'm just gonna go off of where I think it ended. So I was just saying that the leader of the lifeguards, who is The Rock in this movie, he just kind of like downgrades Zac Efron, whatever his name is, throughout the movie, and it's really funny, and it's just like a really good it's not a show, it's a movie. But if you haven't seen this movie, it's like a good classic to watch. So yeah. And next we have the movie Clueless. Clueless is like definitely one of the older movies on this list, but is completely a classic that everyone has to see. It's like basically the same sort of like genre as like Mean Girls, but it's just a different kind of story. Like everyone's seen Mean Girls, but not as many people have seen Clueless, but it's more of like, I don't know, like a lot of people have seen it, but some people just haven't seen it. So I don't know, you should watch Clueless. It's where the girl wearing like the yellow plaid set with like the skirt and the shirt came from, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but it's like this, and she is from that movie, and it's just kind of like about her in high school, and then she falls in love with her former stepbrother. But it's a good movie. I say that in every. I can't believe I didn't say this movie before. This is by far my favorite movie ever. I grew up watching this movie all the time. It is The Parent Trap. The Parent Trap, I can't express how much I love this movie. And it's just a great story. It's one of those stories where it's like there's two twins from like separate worlds, and then they meet each other, and then they like try to get their parents back together. And it's really good, and there's a lot of retellings of the story. Like this one, I watched this a few days ago, but I think the original one's still better. Well, I guess that one, I don't know if it was before or after, but anyways, I like this version more. And they're just two different twins. I'm talking about the one where it's like Hallie and Annie, and then one's like a posh girl from like England, and then the other one's like a country girl, and one lives with their mom, one lives with the dad, and then they try to get them together again. But I don't want to spoil the movie, so watch it. The lighting is just changing like every 2 seconds, so I have to adjust it again. And that's pretty much all my recommendations slash favorites today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and turn on the bell to watch new videos as soon as I upload. I'm not really sure what my uploading schedule is anymore. I might change it to like Wednesdays and Sundays, but I'll tell you guys if I do that for sure. But anyways, if you guys made it to the end of this video, thank you so much, and bye.